Hey friends, we all have those nights where we fall back on the most basic thing to get dinner on the table, but that does not have to equal bland. We're going to think outside the box, and in about 10 minutes, we're going from basic to BAM. I'm Mel, and welcome to my kitchen. Sit back, relax, and let's get dinner done. And we are going to start with the good old grilled cheese. We're going to do it two ways and with a twist. I'm starting out with just some sourdough bread, and I have a little melted butter that I am going to brush on here just to really get it to soak down into this bread. And for our first sandwich, we're actually going to use some pimento cheese. And if you have never had this pimento cheese, it is absolutely the best around. And I find it in the deli department in the refrigerator case at my Kroger's. But I'm just going to put a nice heaping helping of that on one of these. I have some bacon that I have cooked up. You can really cut your time down if you buy the pre-cooked bacon and just microwave it, or cook your bacon all at the first of the week. Now I'm using this sweet pineapple red pepper jelly. I got me 3 more jars of this in stock at Kroger the other day. We absolutely love this. It is sweet and savory. It's great on so many different things. But I'm putting a fair amount of that on the other side of this bread. And then I've got a little butter melted in my skillet, and we're just going to toast this up. And again, I'm just going to put a little bit more butter on there, and this toast up so pretty in this skillet. Just little things like sourdough bread instead of regular sandwich bread, adding some bacon, some jelly, some different things. It made this over the top. There is nothing like that pimento cheese melted and gooey down in there with the bacon and that savory jam. This was absolutely delicious. Just a regular grilled cheese, plumb took to the limit. Tonight's video is a collab with my friend Brady Browning, and if you have never seen Brady's channel, you are in for a treat. She's also doing a what's for dinner type video tonight, but in addition to that, she does lots of meal planning, a few vlogs here and there, and Brady is queen of the grocery hauls. She does a huge monthly grocery haul at the first of every month. I always look forward to seeing what she's getting. Brady is also just a treat to know. So be sure when you're done here to check that description box. I'll have her video and channel linked down there. Go over and check out what Brady's making and let her know that I sent you. And if you're here for the first time from Brady's channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you feel welcome and will stick around here too. Now let's get back to the kitchen. On our second grilled cheese, I have this applewood smoked Gouda that I got at Aldi, and it had been so long since I shredded my own cheese, I couldn't even find my grater. I had to use my zester for this, but that's okay. I just wanted enough to do a couple sandwiches, and it worked out fine. I'm just building this again on this yummy sourdough bread, and I'm going to do a little trick that my buddy Reed taught me here. I'm going to put a little garlic powder on here. And if you have not seen the video of my friend Reed, who came and made his famous grilled cheese and energy bites, I will leave that linked for you down in my description box to see also. I did put a little bacon on this sandwich as well, but I didn't put the jelly on it. I wanted to leave this one just a little bit more plain, and I will tell you this, they were both delicious, and I made Patrick one of each this night. And he only ate half of each one. So the next day, he took the other halves in his lunch, and I snuck a little bit of that jelly on this one because he really likes that. And I want you to know, he said the applewood smoked Gouda with the bacon and the jelly was even better than the pimento cheese one. This is such an easy, quick way to just level up a quick 5-10 minute dinner here. I mean, you can't go wrong with just a regular grilled cheese, but when you throw on some jelly, pimento cheese, bacon, it's delicious. Now I'm going to show you what my kids now call my Freddy Krueger Dawgs. This is a little trick that my brother taught me last summer. He did these on his grill like this, and he said you got to start cutting your hot dogs like this. And I take 2 wooden spoons. You want to make sure they have the round handles, and you're just going to lay your hot dog in between them and hold on to the spoons, and they serve as a guide. And you're just going to slice diagonally up one side of your hot dog, then you're going to go the other direction and cut diagonally back down it. And the wooden spoons keep you from going all the way through because you still want your hot dog to stay together. And they also just hold it still. And this is tons of fun, just chopping these little hot dogs like this. But what you won't believe is what happens to them when they go in the oven. I put mine in the oven at 400 degrees. I put them on 5 minutes, then I'll check in them again at 10, and they just crisp up like something crazy. And they kind of bust open, and I don't even eat hot dogs. I don't even like them, but my family tells me that these taste just like hot dogs that you make in the mountains, is what they say, like, you know, grilled, and they're just done in the oven. Now, I always fix Patrick's up with some shredded cheese and mustard in the bottom, and then I'll put him a little chili on there to kind of melt that cheese. And then we'll put on our Freddy Krueger Dawgs, and if you're not familiar with Freddy Krueger, you can look him up. He's from a horror movie. But that's what my kids call these now. I'll say, is it okay if we just do hot dogs tonight? They say, will you Freddy Krueger them? I said, you know I will. The best thing about the Freddy Krueger Dawgs is putting your chili over the top of them too, and your onions. The little cuts in it just hold everything. But I did just put onions on this one because I wanted to, you know, let you be able to see what it looked like. This is another meal that it is done in 10 minutes in the oven, and it's just something a little bit silly, a little bit special done to it, but it really does change the texture of the hot dog when it crisps up and opens up like this. My family loves this with chips and dip. It is a quick meal for me. Now I'm going to share these air fryer peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. This is something I saw on TikTok. It actually started with people taking the Uncrustables and putting them in the air fryer, but we are doing sandwiches here, and I'm using some grape jelly that my dad made, and I made a couple of them with crunchy peanut butter for Patrick and then a smooth peanut butter one for myself. And I finally just decided just to make sandwiches. I had a lot of waste. I tried to like cut them out and make them like fried pies and, you know, seal in the edges, and it just took a long time, and none of that really worked that great. And then when I just put them in there like they were, it was fine, and you didn't have all that waste. But honestly, if you just make your sandwiches and you don't go all the way to the edge with your jelly and stuff, it stays in there good and you get more sandwich. But I'll show you all my little ones that I tried here. They're in here too. But I did just go around the edges of this one, and then I put them on my air fryer tray. I spray them on both sides with just a little bit of cooking spray to help them, you know, kind of get brown and crispy. And I had my air fryer preheated to 400 degrees, and I just cooked them for about 3 minutes because my air fryer gets pretty hot, and I do have this one spot back in the back that gets really hot. And then I flipped them over and I did them another 3 minutes. And one of the little round ones in the back is a cheese that I did for Maddie, and then the other one is a peanut butter and jelly. But you can see how much waste you had with those. But I had to make some just regular size ones, you know, for everybody to get full, because those little ones were just not enough for a meal. They would be good for an after school snack, but if my family is going to have a sandwich for dinner, they got to have more than that. But these got so crispy and so toasty, and I'm really trying to use my air fryer more these days. It just kind of sits over there in the way, and I need to put it to use. But you can see here, those are just so little. They're cute, like if your kids were little, they didn't like crust or something like that.
But you got to see this. This was the smooth peanut butter and jelly. And I want you to look how good that looks. And that was so good. That air fryer, I'm going to have to start using it more. But I want you to look at these gooey sandwiches here. I'm not even a big peanut butter and jelly sandwich fan. I sure didn't think about it being good warm. But guys, this is amazing. Something I never ever thought about doing. They're absolutely delicious. The peanut butter gets so gooey and smooth. If this looks good to you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you try these. And there is nothing more classic than a chocolate chip cookie, but we are going to level it up by doing a cake mix chocolate chip cookie bar, and we're just using 1 box of yellow cake mix, and we're going to put in 2 eggs. You could definitely switch out these cake mixes and do anything you wanted to, chocolate, red velvet, whatever you like. We're also going to stir in 1 stick of melted butter, and this mixture does get pretty stiff. Once we have it pretty well mixed together, I am going to put in about a teaspoon of vanilla, and then I'm using like a whole little bag of chocolate chips, but I put them in about half the bag, stir a while, and then I'll put in the other half. You really got to put your elbow grease into these, and this is something that Maddie always likes to make, and she'll start it out, and then when she gets to the chocolate chips, she gets real frustrated with it, and she's always like, just come and get these things stirred together. And the way that I bake these up is in a 13x9 cake pan, but I put a piece of parchment paper that I have sprayed with cooking spray in there, and I just start spreading it out with my hands and the spoon till I get it all in there. Then I'll take another piece of parchment paper that I've sprayed over the top, and I use that to smush this out completely to all the edges. This is the quickest and easiest way to do it because, like I said, this batter is stiff and it is sticky. But once you get it all spread to the edges, you're going to cook it about 20 or 25 minutes in a 350-degree oven, and you can just lift the whole sheet out by that parchment paper. These cut up so good, and it is so decadent and rich. It's like a chocolate chip cookie, but it's like a really thick one. And they're soft, but they're also very gooey tasting. We just love these. Let me know in the comments something that you do to take an everyday basic meal to bam. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure and check out Brady's video. It's down in the description box. And friends, I will see you Sunday night with another video. Until then, I send you love from my kitchen.